We're not going to follow the communists, we're not going to follow the socialists, we're not going to follow the progressives, but guess what? We'll get behind a black pastor. If you put a black pastor out front, we will follow him, and that's what we did. And at some point, not only do we need to learn, like I said, black history, we need to make sure we know American history. Because it's all one history. It cannot be hyphenated. When you try to hyphenate it, that's when you get an incomplete picture. That's when they can separate us. That's when they can break us, and that's when they can tear us. Because they can say, you just don't like, and you go like, listen, when he put this in effect, it didn't just affect this community, it affected your whole community too. Let me tell you how. Not because it's black history, or not because I took the time just to learn about you. No, because it's my history too. And that's the point when they push multiculturalism. They want us to be different. We're different by nature. Do we really have to try to be different? Or should we work on trying to have more in common and figuring out what we have in common? They push our differences. I'm glad we're different. Like, when will be another chance that I get to come to this beautiful country club? It's not something that I'm culturally used to, but look, I'm grateful for it. I'm really grateful to have the opportunity to meet all of you guys today. It's something that I will take with me. It's an experience that I will share with everybody I meet coming after this. These are the beautiful things that we need to start creating instead of letting them destroy us. So I've been talking for a minute, so I will stop there, and you let them ask questions?
Yeah, absolutely.
First, before entertaining questions, I would like to tell Sonnie what an exceptional experience this has been today. My observation while Sonnie was talking was you could hear a pin drop in here, which is a rare, very rare. It was wonderful. So, number one, before questions, thank you very, very much. Okay, now, does anyone have any questions for Sonnie?
I appreciate your overview of American history, and I would like you to please comment on where you would place the present president, in your continual concept of us, them, they, multiculturalism, black, white.
You had that point, like I said, it always goes back to Du Bois. And I say about the president, whenever you hear Obama say, we've been trying to pass this for the last 100 years. We've been trying to get this through for the last 100 years. Who is we? Okay, who is we? Because when you ask that question, who is we? It's the progressives. Okay, who was the main progressive? Woodrow Wilson. At this point, we have a problem in the conversation. Because at this point, it's no longer about just about Obama. It has to be about the whole thing. Like, I don't talk about Obama particularly much. Because I don't see him as being a real problem. He's just the puppet that they got in place at the moment. And I don't believe that it's not necessary to just destroy him. Because if you destroy him, is Hillary really any different? You know, who are they going to bring up after him that's going to really be any different? So instead of going after the person, let's go after the mindset. Once you get the mindset, the dependency out of the way, when you get people who are willing to work for their own accord because they know that once they obtain it, it can't be taken from them. Like, I don't believe what will the left have left? That is my constant question. When you can take away dependency, what do they have left? When you can no longer call me names, what do they have left? They have nothing left. And that kind of needs to be the point, is we don't have to beat them so much as we have to be the very best of who we are. Because once we're the very best of who we are, we will attract people to us. And it won't be because of politics, so we won't be easily broken. It will be because of trust. Because we actually see that we do have agreement on things. And that's kind of the point where you see the change. Like I said, I believe Obama is just there in the face. Like if you notice, our country runs when he's on vacation in the golf course. You know what I'm saying? So I pretty much don't expect that he's the intelligence in chief.
Marcy, you're a dynamic speaker. I really appreciate what you have told us.
Thank you so much.
Incredible. What is your foundation, and how are you using it to get your word across, or what is your?
Probably should have mentioned at the beginning. I'm not working with Frederick Douglass Foundation any longer. They have decided to be a little bit more political and go after that aspect. I'm a people person. I want to come and talk to you guys, not to the politicians. You know, I want to be out in the community, not in some stale meeting at, you know, in the back room with some people. You know, that's just not my forte. So I'm pushing out to do this. I want history. I want knowledge. I want to give back to Americans their own history. You know, not what they want you to know, not shaped how they want it shaped, but just history. And then I have the utmost faith that once given that history, that Americans will do the right thing. And it's just at the point that they've taken so much of it from us, we don't even know where to start in getting it back. And that's going to be my mission. So I started out, if anybody remember when Obama did start running and Harry Reid came out and he said, you know, he's got no Negro dialect except when he wants it, you know, and that was his acceptance. So I came out with full Negro dialect. You know, okay, well, if he's acceptable, all right, well, what about me? Am I acceptable? So it is intelligent and culturally relevant conversation. And that's what I'll be pushing now. So in addition, I did a video a while ago, and I don't know exactly when it'll be ready, but it's called They Stole Our History. And it goes from beginning before slavery, I'm talking 5,000-year leap, all the way up until now. And it's a complete rundown of everything, you know, and it's about 3 hours long. But you can't, you know, it's like, which part did you leave out? You can't leave any of it out, because if you leave it out, then it paints an incomplete picture. But if I can take you from when we were in Africa to, you know, till Obama got into office, then you can see that, you know, there's nothing new under the sun. When they tell you if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it, they're telling the truth. And that's kind of the point, is that we come in cycles. And once you start to let people see the cycle, so they know what's coming next, they're not as easily fooled as they were last time. This time they know what's coming and they're guarding against it.